This is Heat TV, and I'm with John Walker. John, an interesting Heat performance, 77-82 against the Tigers. Final score doesn't really tell us very much about the game.
Interesting. We were leading 3-0, you know.
We were, actually, yeah, I remember.
After 2 minutes, it took us 2 minutes to get any points. And then we were leading 3-0. And then we lost the rest of the period 5-18.
Yep.
And then we won the rest of the game 70-64. So it was a huge triumph for most of the game. We just lost that.
I think you're being overly generous.
We were shocking, really, weren't we?
We lost
we were shocking.
3/4 of the game, but the first 3/4 of the game, we were quite frankly pathetic. We took a 23-point deficit into the final quarter. Showed huge character to come back, trim it to what we were 3 points at one point.
3 points,
3 points down.
To 3.
But we left it too late. We ran out of time. It was too big a hole. And
well, we were down 27 at one stage.
Yeah.
And we just were not there, were we? We weren't there at all. Defensively, you could argue that we weren't too bad because we restricted the opposition to a reasonable number of points.
It's not unreasonable.
But in the end, we just weren't good enough. Best part of the game for me, by a considerable margin, was Christian Beale getting a shot from the halfway line at half time. That really got the crowd going. And it almost got the team going as well.
That was the thing that energised us more than anything. It got the crowd on its feet. It got everybody clapping, cheering. You should be able to see that on the Heat Facebook site. We should have the footage up of that. But it stood with his back to the basket from the halfway line and just swished it. So he's got himself a season ticket.
So it's quite easy, really.
Not quite sure if he wants one after that performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a dreadful first 3 quarters, and we looked sluggish. We missed open looks at the basket. We seemed to be.
We weren't even fouling, to be honest.
No.
We really, when you're in dire straits like that, you need to stop the opposition scoring any way you can. Yeah. And they were getting far too many easy shots. We were struggling on offence, and they were just coming down the floor and scoring at will. I think really there's a lot to be said for just saying, it was a shocker. Let's draw a line underneath that and carry on.
Yeah.
I remember saying last week when we were previewing the game that we were hoping for a good crowd and we were hoping for a good result.
Yeah.
But they've got some new personnel in, which I think has made some difference. And they weren't playing with David Aliu, which is, if he'd been playing as well, I had a chat with him at half time and said that this place might be in doubt if they're going to be able to win like that without him. And a coach of course, with the coach sitting in the stands.
Yes,
it was not a good performance from the Heat.
No.
Sorry, Heat fans, but it wasn't a good performance.
You can't dress it up. You can't. I mean, for me, the only positive was the heart the guys showed in getting back in the fourth quarter.
Sure.
They didn't let up. And it would have been a total embarrassment if we played the final quarter like we played the first 3. But quite why we had to wait till that final quarter to turn it on, I don't know.
No, 27 points, going down by 27 is far too big an ask really for most teams.
Yeah.
And it was just one step too far for the Heat today.
Yeah. And for me, the only person who played with anywhere near the level of intensity we needed was Frank Holmes. He had a big game. 15
points, 9 rebounds. He led both teams in efficiency rating, the stats at the end of the game. Drew 6 fouls as well. Yes, he played quite well. Yeah. And other players just not really on the boil in terms of offence or defence, missing too many shots and allowing too many shots to the opposition. 32% we scored from the field, 14% from downtown. We missed 12 foul shots.
Yeah, which in itself, I mean, there was a point in the third quarter where we just went to the line and we made one and missed one, made one and missed one, made one and missed one. And you're not going to win basketball matches like that.
No. 44 rebounds though.
Yeah. Though they had 50. That's largely because we missed so many shots. I mean, it was. You can't put too. I suppose you're just giving them rebounds at some point.
Every silver lining has a cloud, doesn't it?
Indeed.
Okay, yeah.
But we just didn't do it. We didn't play anywhere near to our potential.
No.
And to be fair, and I mean, we should say some positive things about the Tigers. They did play well. They played to their strengths. They're a young, athletic team. They ran up and down the court. A lot of the time, they just ran down the court faster than we did, and that's how they got a lot of their easy baskets. And they're a really very physical team. They played very physical defence. They played to the referees. The referees weren't calling a lot. So, you know, whenever we went inside, they went in strong and challenged us, and a lot of the time we didn't. As you say, we just let them get too many easy baskets. So.
The new players, though, I think, are a real bonus for them.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I was very impressed with Mike Williams. He is a big unit in the middle, and I think he created quite a few problems for us. Yeah. And this Bustamante, the guard they've got, very quick and looked quite useful.
Yeah, he played very well. Sam Kelly, you know, gave him a solid game.
Yeah.
And yeah, but they all played well. They all had good games. They all played very well. And I think part of it is not because the coach wasn't there. Tony, if you're watching this, I'm not criticising you. But I think anytime you lose your coach as a player, you want to go out there and do your best. So I think that had them fired up.
Sure. He was having a good chat with Mark Dunning over in the stands, former Thames Valley Tiger, coach of us, well, we're at Thames Valley Tigers, I suppose. And they were having a good old chat about the game. And I'm sure he was just delighted with the way that his players rose to the challenge and won the game for them.
Yeah. Just sad our players didn't do the same. So that's it for this week, Heat fans. We check out the Facebook page next week for a preview of the Plymouth game. And don't forget, if you can, on Wednesday we've got the charity match. I believe, John, a person sitting not very far away from me is going to be appearing in that.
Possibly.
Indeed.
Possibly.
So we shall see. You might see.
My Adidas top 10 highs as soon as I get home.
Indeed, you might see the both of us making fools of ourselves on Wednesday if you manage to make it down.
Well, I won't be making a fool of myself. You speak for yourself.
Apparently, I've got to talk and play basketball at the same time.
Is that right?
Which, that's multitasking.
Multitasking.
I don't do multitasking, so I apologise. So there we go. So we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the Plymouth Raiders game. Should be another exciting one. And if you can make it out on the road, we're playing Sheffield on Friday the 17th. So come along and celebrate Dean Williams' birthday. And hopefully, if we don't see you there, we'll see you at Plymouth.